What's up, YouTubians? Gary, VW Jawbreaker. Welcome to another video where we're still on the Sickxty. That 1960 Volksrod Baja Franken Beetle build. Where last video, we took her for her first spin. Man, did she drive good? Everything went pretty good. But of course, we have some things we need to address. And the car's not done. But, kind of running short on time. So I'm out here after work. I know the sun's probably blaring and just got done raining. It's hotter than molasses, super freaking muggy. I mean, that's just life in Florida for you. So I realized here recently, we're down a car because, you know, Jawbreaker's off the road. Sickxty's sitting here. Boy, that afternoon sun kills me. But I need it up and going for next Tuesday, legally. Not what we did last video, just putting around the block. So what do we need to do to make this legal? Well, we need a few things. First thing, we need to go ahead and, these are the taillights I bought for it long while back, probably 3 years ago now. Kind of like the old Ford style or whatever. They're black anodized, pretty cool. Then I picked up some brackets that kind of match the front brackets for the headlight mounts. So that's cool, it all kind of ties together. However, they're made to mount sideways, and I don't think that's really gonna work anywhere for us. I mean, if we mount them, oh, the sun's killing me. If we mount them here, it's gonna look really weird and stupid. My thought was, what if we mounted them down here? That would work. However, that mount is 90 degrees off. So what I think we're gonna try to do is zip the mount, rotate it, weld this to the top of that, so then that'll sit that way like it's supposed to, and we can just go ahead and mount that to underneath on the wing. So that's first and foremost. We need brake lights. Do we need turn signals? Yes, but no. I mean, legally, yes, but in order to, again, we're down a vehicle, there's a couple close by things we need to do. And that's coming up in a week from today. We got time. We got time. No days off, but we got time. So I made a short list. I know I have a big whiteboard, but I do better with this. That's my list of things to do to the car. Things we need to do for that project, I broke it out onto this. So basically we just need to fab the rear brake light brackets, wire in the brake light, turn signals, running lights, tag light. I need to make a license plate mount, figure out where we're gonna mount that and how. And I also need a breather. So before on Jawbreaker, we ran one of these breathers up on the firewall. It's the old bug pack style. See, it actually says bug pack. We mounted that on the firewall. However, I don't want to run that. I just don't think it's going to work. I don't like the placement under there, and it's already kind of full-ish, but not, and I don't want to clutter it up anymore. So I think we're going to give this style, tower breather style, a shot. I've already painted it with some self-etching paint. We'll paint it black. We'll mount it on there. I got a spot up top here for a little breather, and then we've got some ports to be able to hook up everything we need to hook up. That is temporary. Don't judge me. This freaking thing is loud with no baffle and no real exhaust on it. Don't judge me. It sounds good, but it's not staying like that. So this video is going to be a little different. We're literally just going to sit there and piece together some stuff, get a bunch of stuff knocked off the to-do list, so there's nothing else more to do than to stop jibber-jabbering and get crack-a-lacking and get this to-do list done. Let's do that now. Let's start with the brake lights. Sounds like a good thing to do. All right, that went decently well, and that's about 40 minutes out here. Yeah. All right, so the brackets are hanging up. They're drying. I think they turned out decent. They're good enough, right? Kind of the theme of the build. Then we got the breather box all painted up. We'll let that stuff dry. Most important thing is we'll go ahead and get these brackets installed after dinner. Once everything dries up, we'll go ahead and come out here, get those installed on the wing, and we'll go ahead and get that stuff going. Not too bad. I think it turned out okay, except for the tag bracket. So if you look, it's that way, just about that much, which, you know what, for this car, it's perfectly imperfect. I think it looks all right. Brackets look good. They're straight, they're level. I think they look all right. So now we'll go ahead and move on to the breather, and let's go ahead and get that breather knocked out, so we can go ahead and vent this 2054cc engine properly and not use that other style bug pack like I showed you earlier. So let's jump on that next, get that done. And just like that, another thing off the checklist. So decently happy with that. Got a little breather up top, got an oil fill, got a breather going out back, and down to my 1-2 side valve cover. I could vent my 3-4. I may vent my 3-4, but to be honest with you, this is all I've ever done on this motor, and it's always worked great. So I don't know if it's really worth the extra time and aggravation to vent more things. I don't know. Run it like this and see how it does. You know, I had the alternator stand before going up to the firewall, and then I had the 1-2 valve cover going up to the firewall to that old breather box set up before, and I never had an issue. So in theory, this should be fine as well. Now again, worst case scenario, if I need to, I can go ahead and vent the 3-4 side. I already have that valve cover with the fitting already in it. And I know this would look so much better with the AN lines, but you have no idea how much this is costing me right now. This thing's nickel and diming the crap out of me. And if it wasn't for a viewer, a really good viewer, all right, this guy's awesome. Anyway, his name's Gary, that's all I'm gonna say. No, it's not me, there's more than one Gary in the world. Anyway, he made a sizable donation to the channel just to help with all these nickel dime things. I really appreciate it. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You really saved this project right now. So anyway, again, we're not leaving that muffler on there. That's just temporary because this thing's too stinking loud. I actually contacted Dune Buggy Warehouse, I think it was, or Apple Tree, or I think it was Apple Tree. Anyway, told them what exhaust I had, and they're like, oh yeah, man, order this part number right here, you got a baffle for it. So that's on the way. So soon we'll be able to take that stinking muffler off and put a baffle in this. Later down the road, I wouldn't mind running one of those thrush mufflers, and this thing sounds amazing on here. I wouldn't mind running one of those right here in the middle. It'll actually fit lengthwise, and then I just need to kind of make a cut right here and do like a 180 U-bend pipe, and I could connect the whole thing, and we may do that down the road, but ain't nowhere near the budget right now, man. All right, so what else do we have? Oh, we need to wire some stuff. We need to get these lights working. That's what we need to do. And right there, remember we got 3 clearance lights and 3 turn signals. We got to get those installed. Those are easy enough. Get all this wired, and then I think we'll be pretty close. So I guess next is wiring. Yay, more of that. At least we're pretty much done with fabrication, except for the side Nerf bars. But that's a whole nother story. All right, moving on, let's go. Well, it's kind of late the next evening. Didn't bother recording because you guys have seen me do enough wiring as it is. But as you saw, we got the tag mount done. We got the lights installed. Went ahead and got the lights wired. So, I'll go ahead and run to the car real fast, and we'll show you how it looks. Bam, running lights. There we go, we got quite a bit done. Next is to go ahead and get the title work done, tag registered. Go ahead and get all this registered. We got the majority of our checklist done. So we got the brackets done, we wired the brake lights, turns, running lights. I forgot to run the wire for the tag light. I can figure that out later. We need to torque lug nuts and do a nut and bolt check. So that's, I guess, what we'll do next. All right, there we go. Did a quick nut and bolt check on the front, made sure everything was tight, because, you know, a little over a year ago when I finished the pan, figured let's just make sure all the suspension stuff, you know, the link pins and frame extensions and blah, 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 all that stuff, the beam, tie rods, all that stuff is nice and straight, nice and, well, it's not straight. We still need to kind of tweak the alignment a little bit, but everything's tight. That's good. So then I couldn't help but go ahead and start my decals because, you know, why not, right? And there we go. Back window, the Sickxty, because she's perfectly imperfect. I like it. All right, so now that's pretty much everything from the list that I wanted to get done, except for one thing. Kinda can't leave this alone. So we're gonna go ahead and do this anyway. Kind of a little bonus footage, if you will. As you know, guess that wanted to release some pressure too. As you know, we did the video on VACP a little while back. Well, it's kind of official that they are sponsoring some stuff for the interior of the car. I'm super grateful to them. They make a fantastic product, and this is not a product review by far, but I can't help but go ahead and want to put the steering wheel in and get rid of this old one that, you know, it's just swap meet fine. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. We've got the hub, we've got the steering wheel, and if you did watch their video, they do custom engraving on the horn button. So this is custom laser etched, he told me. So let's go ahead and get the hub out. Oh, let's go ahead and show you the steering wheel. Boy, that's not easy one-handed. So I went with the black and brushed. So that's not chrome, that's not polished, it's brushed. And I think that's gonna look really good on the interior. And of course, we went with the black hub. We got the black hub to put on, steering wheel to put on. We're gonna save that for last. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check this bad boy out. What do you say? All right, well, that's my fault. It's the wrong hub. I can't put it in. I had like 3 or 4 steering shafts sitting there. Some were bent, some were okay. I was piecing this thing together way back when. Still kind of pieced together now. It just cost a lot more. Anyway, I didn't know what year steering column I had, or I should say the center shaft, because that's the stock column, but the center shaft, I have no idea what year, what it came out of. I know nothing. Get with him and we'll go ahead and get the hub adapter swapped out, but I can't leave you hanging just yet on the horn button. Let's take a peek at this. Oh, isn't that freaking awesome? Oh, that's made me jump a little bit. Man, that's gonna look so good. I cannot wait to get this installed on the car. Look at that. He absolutely outdid himself. He actually had to take my logo and modify it some so it would work properly. All right, guys, we got a lot done this week. Tomorrow, for me, not for you, tomorrow for me, is getting the tag for the car. I'm excited. So there's still, you know, of course, a list of things to do, but it's safe enough for the road. As soon as the tag goes on it, we make it legal. I have a feeling next video we're gonna be going for a real drive, seeing how this thing done. Do a real shakedown on this baby and kind of see how she is. So, appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for sticking around. I'm gonna go inside and cool off because it's 45 bazillion degrees, because I live where? In Florida. I hate the summers here. Anyway, make sure you check out the links below, the other YouTube guys below. Awesome people, check them out. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for everything. It's greatly appreciated. Till the next time, guys, be good.